Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Morning Coffee. We have a few things on the agenda today. The first thing is obviously going to be the Diddy trial. So right now, everybody's doing what they call the verdict watch, which is everybody is patiently waiting to see when the jurors are going to give us a verdict about whether or not Sean Diddy Combs is guilty in the trial. But there's a few things that have happened that we need to discuss and get clear on. So for those of you who don't already know, Diddy is facing up to life in prison and on several charges, which I will read to you all in just a second. And right now the jury's deliberating after getting instructions from the judge yesterday on what they should be looking for. So racketeering and conspiracy is one charge. Sex trafficking for Cassie Ventura is one charge. The Mann Act transportation, Cassie Ventura is another charge. And I think the other one is transportation of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. So that's what's on the table right now. Yesterday, there was an issue with one of the jurors. One of the jurors was having a hard time following the judge's directions. They weren't clear on what that meant, but they told the jurors to go back and continue to deliberate because it was still early on. Some people are speculating that it could be either way. But for context, the juror that was struggling was a 51-year-old neuroscientist who's a white male and gay from New York City and has a PhD. So they're speculating that it's not that he didn't understand the instructions, but something about him not wanting to follow them. So that's what we know right now. Now, the verdict sheet was shared yesterday. The jury verdict sheet was shared yesterday, and I'm going to show it to you all what it looks like. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the verdict sheet for the jury to use as they're trying to decide if he's guilty or not. And just to read some of it to you, count one, conspiracy, racketeering conspiracy, and it says, how do you find the defendant guilty or not? If you find the defendant guilty of count one, which types of racketeering acts are you unanimously find were involved in the offense? Acts involving kidnapping, acts involving arson, acts involving bribery, acts involving witness tampering, acts involving forced labor, acts involving trafficking, acts involving transportation for the purposes of prostitution, and acts of drug distribution. And if you find the defendant guilty of one, did the pattern of racketeering activity, including sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura. So it's like that. It's a yes or no worksheet that they have to fill out, and that they need to find him guilty or not guilty of. Now, another thing that's important is that another question went to the judge yesterday asking about the transportation of drugs. And so the jurors was asking if he only passed the drugs off, like if it was one person giving the drugs to another person, is that considered racketeering? Like, is that distribution of drugs? And here was the response from the judge. The word distribution means actual, constructive, or attempted transfer. To distribute simply means to deliver, to pass over, or to hand over something to another person, or to cause it to be delivered, passed on, or handed over to another. Distribution does not require a sale. So they're saying all he had to do was give the drug to somebody else. It didn't have to be for sale. He didn't have to be a drug dealer. This didn't need to be a drug ring. He simply needed to give the drugs to people. And so, yes. So like plainly put, the answer is yes. Yes, it is. That is considered distributing drugs. And that is what Diddy did. And they know that that's true. And a lot of people are speculating that here's where it goes on both sides. One is that that's not good for Diddy because it sounds like they're trying to figure out a loophole or trying not to convict him on everything, and they're hoping that they could get a note of that so that way they didn't have to find him guilty. Other people are speculating that the prosecution team may not have made it crystal clear about the distribution of drugs. I personally think that it is the first one, which is that there's an overwhelming amount of evidence that shows that he's guilty. And on a RICO and racketeering charge, they only have to find 2 predicates. So it's like, it's really not that hard to convict him, but they're still deliberating. We don't know when the deliberation will be over. They started deliberating yesterday, and folks are patiently waiting outside the courtroom to get a verdict. We don't know if that verdict is going to come today or in the next few minutes, but it is on the way. So I'll keep you up to date. Be on the lookout for any videos, because the minute the verdict comes in, we will be having a conversation about it. You can guarantee that we're going to be right here listening, waiting, and judging. Okay? All of the above. All right. Now, next on the list of things, I don't know if y'all saw, but the Little Mermaid, she popped out. She popped out with her prince. So Halle Bailey popped out with her new boo thing, and I'm going to show y'all pictures of her and her new boo thing. It looks like they're on a yacht in Italy, and she looked cozy. She looked like she having a good time, and I'm here for it. I feel like she deserves it. So here are the pictures of her and her new boo thing. These are the pictures of them hugged up. Hold on. People were speculating that this was the movie, but the other folks are saying that the love interest in the movie is a white man. So you see she over there showing that thing. She's showing that thing. Looking beautiful and happy as ever. And then here's her with her new boo on a yacht. It looked like he's, got her double caked up. And we love a new boo that's supportive, taking them pictures from those angles, making sure she get them angles. Okay? So she was seen on a yacht. First of all, shout out to the paparazzi, because to get pictures from that level is determination, nothing but determination. But she did pop out with her new boo thing. It looks like he is a lock king, natural king. And she looks happy as can be. And also something that's important to remember is that the judge gave DDG permission to visit Halo in Italy from July 1st to July 3rd. Today is officially July 1st. Now, there were some requirements, which was that he can't have any contact with Halle. They needed people to supervise the visit, and they decided on the security and the nanny that Halle has for Halo, that he cannot go within, I think, a few miles of the hotel. He has to stay nearby the hotel, and he cannot stream. He cannot stream while he's out there. So my prediction is that the paparazzi went out there because they knew that on July 1st, he was planning to go out there to go visit Halo. I think Halle is probably taking a well-needed break from shooting her movie and being a parent now that he's there and can be with his son. And it looks like her and her boo had it planned out, and they decided to spend a day outside in the sun on a yacht. And we love to see it. We love to see it. We're happy for her. And, again, I hope that everything works out with them and their kid. Not my problem. I hope for the best for the kid, but I'm glad to see that she's happy and living her best life. And I hope she continues to thrive, because she deserves it. You know what I'm saying? She's a hardworking mom, and, that's it. So I'm happy for her. Glad that she got a moment. And I'm hopeful that DDG could be with his baby, because he said that's what he so desperately needed. So hopefully he got the time to be with his baby, and he's not busy trying to figure out, whatever is going on with Halle. So hopefully he's enjoying his time with his baby, because that's what we want to see. That is what we want to see. All right. So there's that. Also, I don't know if y'all saw, but Remy Ma had an altercation or a little bit of an argument outside of a courthouse with the daughter of the alleged victim. Okay. The alleged victim so if y'all remember, Remy Ma's son is being charged with or is on trial for unaliving a man, and the man's daughter and Remy Ma got into it outside the courthouse yesterday. Here's the audio.
Trying to beat you up. Come downstairs. You know you in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough. Like, yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go. Trying to beat you up too. Trying to beat you up. Come downstairs. You know you in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough. Like, yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go. Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Oh, same thing. Oh, okay. Same thing. Oh, okay. Just watch. Yeah, okay. We could test her right now. Right now. Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you was gonna see something ugly, bitch. You wasn't. But you wasn't. But you wasn't. But you wasn't. Same here. You see what's up? Same here. You see what's up?
So just to be clear, when the lady said she wanted to fight, Remy Ma ran down the steps. She wasn't ducking no smoke. She said, let's go. Like, what's up? Now, you know, I am not too much. And also, I don't know all of the context behind why her son was being accused of unaliving a man, but probably not the best thing to do outside of a courthouse. And I can imagine that the daughter of the person who was unalived would have feelings. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we need to be understanding. You know what I mean? But again, they don't show us how the argument started or altercation started. They just showed us the video of them going back and forth. So we don't have all the information, but Remy Ma ran down them steps like she was ready to dog walk somebody. And y'all know she not too far from being out of jail for the last person that played with her. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to get into the discourse about Nicki Minaj because the Barbs are not well. I don't know how this has anything to do with Nicki Minaj, but I'm not going to engage in that. The other thing is, hold on one second. Oh, I thought I saw something. Y'all don't understand what it's like to be on this Diddy watch thing because I feel like I'm literally on the edge of my seat every 5 minutes trying to see if Diddy is going to jail or not. So there's that. But anyway, that happened with Remy Ma. That's the latest on that. And also it sounds like Trump's GOP bill, whatever bill was passed by Congress, which is no surprise because Congress doesn't stand on business about anything. And it sounds like the new bill will cut health benefits for thousands and thousands of people and is going to cut SNAP benefits and will close hospitals down. And it passed. And so I just want everyone to reflect on the fact that this man was put in office by the people and is currently causing mass havoc and disruption. And so, 16 million people. Thank you for the clarification. 16 million people will be without now because it was passed. And I'm not surprised because Congress hasn't stopped anything that Trump has been doing. And they keep talking about this checks and balance and this judge saying this and that one saying that, and nothing is ever stopped. Nothing is ever stopped. But I will say that the people who voted him in absolutely have blood on their hands, but the people who also just didn't vote for Kamala Harris or didn't vote at all also have blood on their hands. And not to mention that all of the things that he promised are not happening, and we still have no answers. Things still haven't gotten better. We still are not seeing any increase in money coming in. We're not seeing the cost of things go down. We're seeing the cost of things skyrocket, and they're about to take away health benefits from millions of people. Hospitals are going to shut down, and people are going to be without food. So that's plainly put, that's really tragic. It's sad and it's disgusting, but this is also what that current administration represents. So there's that. But that's morning coffee for today. If you all want to get an update on the verdict, just know that I'm watching. Stay locked in. Stay locked in here. If you're not following me on YouTube, go to the YouTube channel. I post all of the morning coffees and all of my takes on Love Island on there. So if you want to stay locked in, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, Watch the videos. They're all there. I love y'all. Thank y'all for locking in, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning.